So, as we can see here, ladies and gentlemen, Elon Musk is destroying Tesla's brand by posting racist things on X such as, yes, decolonization necessarily implies a Jewish genocide. Thus, it is very acceptable to any reasonable person. Oh, wait, sorry, he said unacceptable. Hold on, let me just read that again. Decolonization, which implies a Jewish genocide, is unacceptable to any reasonable person. So, maybe I'm high, but it sounds like Elon Musk is suggesting that a Jewish genocide is unacceptable to any reasonable person. That's not what I'm hearing in the fake news right now. I thought they were saying Elon Musk is anti-Semitic. Why would he post something suggesting that this is entirely unacceptable to any reasonable person for there to be a Jewish genocide? Seems to be pro-Semite. That's weird. I guess he must have made a typo. What he really meant was something anti-Semitic by this post, right? Maybe there's something else in his post history on X that could confirm or deny what we're hearing in the fake news right now. To be super clear, I'm pro-free speech, but against anti-Semitism of any kind. So obviously this was another typo, and what he really meant to say, obviously, because Elon Musk is bad, is I am for anti-Semitism of any kind. That's what he really meant. Don't listen to the words and read the actual words that he posts. No. What he meant, obviously, this was an anti-Semitic tweet. See, it says anti-Semitism. So it must be anti-Semitic because those words are in the tweet and we don't need to read any of the other additional context. Let's keep digging here. At the risk of being repetitive, I am deeply offended by ADL's messaging and any other groups who push de facto anti-white racism or anti-Asian racism or racism of any kind. I'm sick of it. Stop now. So, wonder why Elon Musk is talking about the ADL right now. Since the acquisition of X, the ADL has been trying to kill this platform by falsely accusing it and me of being anti-Semitic. I think what he meant to say is accurately accusing me and it of being anti-Semitic, right? Because that's what the fake news are saying. Out of interest, given Elon's claims that are obviously fake news that the ADL's messaging, and many other groups as well, are pushing anti-white racism, let's see if we can find this messaging. So here's a shot from the ADL's website. Tagline, fighting hate for good. Please donate. We would like your money. Thank you. On home, education, and then down into racism. So, the ADL's interpretation. What is racism according to the ADL? Racism, the marginalization and or oppression of people of color. Yeah, so far so good. What's the rest of this say? Based on a socially constructed racial hierarchy that privileges white people. Maybe I'm high, or I'm not high, and, well, even if I was, this is racist. This is anti-white racism right now. Oh, wait, how dare I say that out loud? I must be a racist. This woke stuff has gone absolutely next level. So with that important context out of the way, you know, a history of Elon Musk's clearly anti-Semitic tweets, just kidding, clearly anything but, and he's been explicit here, in completely unrelated matters, which, by the way, folks, I covered in great detail in an exclusive X video, runs almost half an hour, so if you want to see the full thing, the full detail, everything that happened, and my thoughts, head over to X. Just going to share a little bit over here. The good stuff's behind the paywall. You'll have to deal with it. Just go subscribe on X if you want to see the full thing. And by the way, this isn't a clip of the same video, entirely different.
All right, welcome back to Last Call. Elon Musk, once again in the hot seat, the Tesla CEO igniting backlash over his reply to a controversial X post. A user posted a lengthy message yesterday, which included some very vulgar language regarding the Israel-Hamas conflict. It's there for you to see. I'm not going to read it out loud. It is troubling and disturbing. And obviously, the exchange is getting a lot of attention. Musk was set to appear at the APEC summit with other tech CEOs today, but pulled out at the last minute. Now, in a statement, APEC said there was apparently a schedule change and Musk had offered to attend remotely, but they wanted in person. Either way, he's not there. The firestorm also spreading some Tesla shareholders. Ross Gerber, of course, one of the most well-known Tesla bulls for years. And he posted on X that he is receiving, quote, a flood of messages from clients wanting out of Tesla and anything to do with Elon Musk. Many saying they're selling their cars as well. What is he doing to the Tesla brand? Meaning Musk, end quote. Gerber says prominent clients and Tesla supporters have asked him to sell their Tesla stock. Tesla nearly down almost 4% today at the close. Overall, a tough session, though, for all auto stocks as well. Ross Gerber joining us now. Ross, I mean, listen, terrible day. Just a very disappointing day on so many levels. Very troubling. Without getting into the meat of that content.
Notice, terrible, disappointing, troubling. But we're not actually going to detail exactly what is terrible, disturbing, troubling, etc. and provide necessary context, because that would inform our audience as opposed to allow us to paint a certain narrative. So instead, Please, Ross Gerber, tell us why this is a terrible thing and Elon bad without us actually informing our viewers of exactly what we're discussing. Seems totally reasonable and honest. Yeah. Let's see what Ross has to say about Elon bad without actually seeing any of the context.
Are you selling your Tesla stock?
No, I'm not selling my Tesla stock. I'm an advisor for, lots of people who own Tesla stock. And my job is to invest in great companies. And many of my clients care about what they own. And so when I have to spend my day basically either talking people out of Tesla stock, or in a lot of cases, I just can't talk them out of it anymore.
I always like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm not perfect, but I always try to. And so I'm going to assume that Ross misspoke then, because the words he said, at least based on my hearing, maybe I've got some hearing impairment that I'm unaware of or hallucinating, suggest that he's spending his time trying to talk his clients, as in the clients who GK or whatever they're called invest on behalf of, trying to talk these clients out of owning Tesla stock. That's what I heard. You guys can rewind. Maybe I hallucinated. Can somebody explain to me why somebody managing money for other people who does certainly believe in Tesla, the company, would be attempting to talk the clients of his company who invest money for these clients to get returns out of owning Tesla stock, and even admit that in some cases he just can't talk clients out of Tesla stock? That seems to me like an activist, not a manager of money, not an investment advisor, but an activist. Why on earth would... he must have misspoke, right? Because that's just too crazy to say that out loud, that he's been trying to convince clients to get out. We have to listen to that again. He must have misspoke, surely. There's no way he actually meant that or is doing that or would say that out loud, right? We've got to listen again.
I'm an advisor for, lots of people who own Tesla stock. And my job is to invest in great companies. And many of my clients care about what they own. And so when I have to spend my day basically either talking people out of Tesla stock, or in a lot of cases, I just can't talk them out of it anymore.
Yeah, look, I'm going to assume what Ross meant to say, and I don't know. Please feel free to correct the record, Ross. I think what he meant to say there, and again, I'm just hypothesizing because the alternative is so bizarre, is that he's been spending his days trying to convince his clients not to sell Tesla stock because Elon bad. After all, he just mentioned he's an investment advisor. He's trying to find good opportunities. He's very bullish on Tesla, the opportunity, the company. So I'm pretty sure that's what he meant to say, but technically that's what he said. So just putting that out there. I'd love Ross to correct the record. That's a strange, surely that he just misspoke, which happens, right? We all misspeak and we all don't select our words perfectly. I slur sometimes and I just don't give a shit, so I leave it in the video. Other people would be too anal and too much of a perfectionist / seeker of excuses for not being productive and re-record it. I don't care. So let's just assume that Ross misspoke, unless, of course, he corrects the record to the contrary.
And not to mention just deflecting flat. I've just never had this with any company I've ever invested in, ever in my life, where the CEO of the company himself does so many detrimental things that it just is destroying the brand. And it's just, nobody on the board is going to stop him, that's for sure. But the bottom line is that's what's happening. And I'm just not going to mince words about it anymore. As a shareholder, it's absolutely outrageous, his behavior and the damage he's caused to the brand. Simple as that.
I totally agree. Speaking out against Jewish genocide, clapping back at the ADL for falsely accusing Elon and X of being anti-Semitic, denouncing racism, particularly coming from groups whose messaging pushes anti-white and anti-Asian racism of any kind, to the point where he says, "I'm sick of it, stop it now," to publicly, clearly state that he's pro-free speech but against anti-Semitism of any kind. So much damage. Please stop.
He's not just the CEO. He's the founder and builder and face of the company. But many companies, their founders, their time comes and they move on. I don't know if that's the time now, but it sounds like you're saying that Tesla might be a better company in terms of just the way people react to its product and maybe to its stock if Elon Musk, who built it up, were to perhaps step aside.
The truth is, Sully, he already has stepped aside. This isn't about me calling for him to step aside. He has stepped aside as CEO of Tesla. None of his actions are for the benefit of Tesla at this moment. It's all about Twitter and what he can tweet and how many people he can piss off.
What? Wonderful. Great. unemotive, reasonable and accurate points. Clearly, Elon Musk is not providing any value at Tesla right now. In fact, I heard a rumor that he hasn't shown up to the office in months. And if anyone at Tesla who's watching this video writes, bro, I've seen him in the office, shut up, okay? That's not what my emotions and feelings are telling me right now. And what's Cybertruck delivery event happening less than 2 weeks from now? Elon had nothing to do with that. And obviously, everything he's trying to do now is just to piss off as many people as possible. That's his mission, right? It's to piss off as many people as possible. Obviously, that's what he's trying to do, as opposed to denouncing racism, anti-Semitism, organizations who are pushing racism. I totally agree, Ross. Good point, my friend. Nailed it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you live in a bubble of groupthink, also known as Los Angeles, California. You think everyone around you thinks this and reacts and believes all the same things as you do. So in Ross's world, this is true. I'm sure that Elon's current actions are pissing off almost everybody who lives in California. Not all, there are some exceptions, but the majority. Most of Ross's clients, or at least many. And of course, the most emotional of all will be the loudest, giving a disproportionate perception of the impact. So I can understand from Ross's perspective, if one's head is firmly up their own bubble. So you thought I was going to say something else. I would never say such a thing. Then yes, if you're in an echo chamber and everyone agrees, Elon bad, you might assume that Elon's goal is to make everyone say that Elon bad. And that's why he's doing what he's doing. But good thing that he doesn't matter anyway and he's not adding any value at Tesla anyway. And it's all about Twitter and pissing people off. Just like when I spoke out about the futile, fascist, inhumane lockdowns, my intent was to piss people off, not point out there would be serious negative consequences of that. You know, stopping people from seeing their grandmother who's dying, not a cool thing to do. Yeah, I was just trying to piss people off and kill their grandmother, not awaken people and hope that there'd be some compassion and empathy out there instead of callousness, cruelness, and division. Yeah, it's a good point. So Ross definitely has a great point here. In short, Elon bad.
He actually thinks in his weird world that the things he says matters.
Hey, what is my editor doing right now? Can you get that off the screen? Thank you.
But what he's really doing is destroying everything he's built.
I mean, he's got a great point. Starship has just exploded on the launch pad and everyone at SpaceX has immediately resigned. Tesla's now selling the vehicles for $1 each and offering 10 years free financing because no one's buying them anymore. Everyone has rescinded their request to use Tesla's NACS chargers and also access Tesla's charging network. The automotive company that Tesla was negotiating with to license FSD have changed their mind. Tesla's fleet of 5+ million robots have suddenly disappeared into another dimension. They must have gone through a wormhole or something like, I don't know, I guess that's how it works, whatever. Everyone's left X. In fact, they already left X for Mastodon months ago, so X is already dead because the media said that would happen and they were right. You can believe everything you read in the fake news. All the social media content creators who cover Elon Musk and all of his companies have suddenly stopped doing so. His reputation is in tatters, and it's all because he spoke out against racism. What a horrible human being. Elon bad.
And that's the super frustrating thing as a shareholder. And just as an investor, one has to look out at the long-term future of Tesla and say, if the CEO is willing to do all this stuff and nobody can stop him, founder, whatever you want to call him, well, what's going to happen to Tesla over the next 10 years? Are they going to achieve their mission if the CEO isn't actually the CEO? Because he's certainly not acting as the CEO of Tesla.
Well, you know, there's probably many people out there that are looking to buy Teslas that have no idea this is going on, right? They're not on X. They're not watching us now. They just want what they view as the best-in-class vehicle.
No, Brian, everyone thinks the same way I do. Everyone believes the same things. Everyone's in the same bubble as I am. Don't you understand, Brian? He's destroyed Tesla's reputation globally to all 8 billion people.
But you and I also probably know people, I know I do personally, who've said, I was going to buy a Tesla, but I just can't get on board with anything having to do with Elon Musk. You can disagree with that point of view all you want. Many people still love him, but I think he has driven away some buyers, I think.
It's not just some buyers. And this is what I say, like, to blame interest rates or whatever, we're past that now. We know just because Tesla's forced to continually cut prices on their cars to now a ridiculously cheap level to sell them, that this is 100% because of sentiment. It's clearly the best vehicle anybody could buy for the price. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But why would you have to discount the vehicle over and over again, other than the CEOs talking people out of buying it?
Oh, sorry, guys. I'm just doing some homework. I'm sure my editor's going to cut this out anyway. I'm just reading up on the DSM-5 definitions of a few things that totally have nothing to do with the video, so obviously the editor's going to cut it all out. I'm just... Numbers are delusions involving situations that occur. Presence of one or more delusions with a duration of 1 month or longer. Shared psychotic disorder. A delusion develops in an individual in the context of a close relationship with another person or persons who has an already established delusion. The delusion is similar in context to that of the person who already has the established delusion. I feel like we might be getting onto something here. Disturbance is not better accounted for by another psychotic disorder, e.g. schizophrenia or mood disorder with psychotic features, and is not due to direct psychological effects of a substance. Yeah, anyway, dear editor, make sure you cut that out because it's got nothing to do with the video. I was doing some totally unrelated research. Where were we? Oh, wait, that's right. I remember. We were just talking about how the fact that interest rates have doubled in the span of about 18 months and most automotive purchases are financed in one form or another is irrelevant. That the automotive industry is cyclical and heading towards a downturn is also irrelevant. And the only reason that Tesla is cutting prices to keep selling through volume is because Elon Musk has opinions that everyone on Earth is hearing and getting offended by. Yeah, good. Let's move on.
So I think we can move beyond this, sort of concept. It's a reality that people are avoiding the brand because of Elon, and it's hurting the company and it's hurting the shareholders. And worst of all, it's hurting the current owners of Tesla vehicles who've lost a tremendous amount of value in the resale value of our vehicles. I think it's somewhere between 20 and 40 billion has been lost by Tesla owners. The people who bought Tesla cars and support Tesla have lost a lot of money in resale value because of this. And this is what I'm trying to say.
I think
it's not a personal thing.
To be fair,
dollars and cents.
Yeah, to be fair, there is a slide there in a lot of the EVs because of the battery concerns. But to your point is well taken. It's a different price point. I get it, unless you're looking at a Model S. But does this benefit Rivian and the $90,000 pickup truck?
Well, it benefits Rivian in a core demo for Tesla. It's obviously Rivian's market isn't the mass Model Y market, but it's certainly head-to-head competitor to the Model S and X. And, these are major products for Tesla that are profitable. They might not be scaled to the level of Model Y, but what's happening is when consumers who can afford, a nicer car are making choices, they're choosing Rivians, and you're seeing them all over LA. It is what it is, and people are choosing other vehicles, and they have, I think Tesla's competition is still well behind them, but people are considering vehicles that they would have never considered because of this. And that's what I'm saying. My personal opinions aside, as an investor, I just want to try to understand how his actions benefit shareholders or Tesla car owners in any way.
Yeah, well, it's a good question, and maybe we'll get the answer. Ross Gerber, and by the way, Elon Musk, welcome anytime on this program as well. Just like we did with David Faber, get a very fair interview. So Ross Gerber, thank you very much.
So obviously Ross has a great point, and those who, like Ross, can afford to purchase a Rivian will now be announcing their intention to purchase a Rivian on X, which they're still oddly using despite the fact that they decide to boycott an Elon Musk produced product because Elon bad, but then they're remaining on a platform also owned by Elon Musk. But that's not hypocritical anyway, because shut up. Hey, look over there, a distraction. So I think, Ross's point's spot on. Everyone in his bubble will now immediately announce to the world, just so the world in their bubble knows that they're a good person, because they also denounce the current thing, which is Elon bad, that they too will be purchasing a Rivian next year because Elon bad. Please let me know in the comments below, everybody who has decided to purchase a Rivian truck, just to let everybody know that Elon bad and they're a good person. Please approve of me and don't leave my fund. Or is it just Ross? And if you guys would like to see a deep dive into the real meltdown behind the scenes, all of the context, head over to X and subscribe. Nearly a half-hour video. I get the impression that Ross may believe that everyone in the world, relatively speaking, agrees with him and believes and thinks the same things, but judging by, what you'll see in that exclusive X video, I'm not sure that is the case. Link in description if you want to subscribe, or don't. Doesn't bother me. Oh, and just to be clear, so everybody knows that I'm a good person, Elon bad! Did you hear that? Just good. Okay. Do you approve of me? You do? Great. I really need your approval. Want more content? Early access, bunch of perks, click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 has given me a massive, meaningful boost in energy, allowing me to do a lot more every day, including using my brain more and using my body more. I highly recommend you guys and girls check it out. It's an excellent way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's got 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients, plus prebiotics and probiotics and digestive enzymes and adaptogens to help you deal with stress. Plus, if you click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR, you can get yourself a 1-year free supply of vitamin D3 and K2. But don't take my word for it. Here's what some of you guys and girls have to say. AG1 has changed my life. I was, as you described, treating myself like a circus, ate like trash, rarely exercised, used alcohol as a stress crutch, cannabis also. AG1 is what gave me the kick in the ass, got me back to the gym, motivated me to do more for myself, family, my business, etc. Keep doing what you do. Now, I know there's some skeptics, the same kind of people who think Elon Musk is a fraud, reading this going, what do you thought? There's no way that's possible, bro. It must be a placebo effect. Believe it or not, this is a recurring theme. If you give your body everything it needs to feel and perform its best, including having a lot more energy, you'll need ways to use that energy. For me personally, that includes more exercise, moving my body more social activity, and more cognitively demanding tasks, including producing a fuck ton of exclusive content over on Twitter and on Patreon, plus my daily YouTube uploads. The proof's in the pudding. On to another testimonial from a viewer of this channel. SMR, you asked me to provide feedback on AG1. Here it is. It has helped with mental acuity, stamina, and intestinal waste management. Can't read between the lines. Certainly helps with regularity and digestion. That's what the digestive enzymes are for. It has also dramatically reduced my cravings for sugar. You guys need to stop eating sugar. It's fucking poison. I'm 50, 5'9", and overweight, aka a fat motherfucker. I think that's a technical term for overweight, isn't it? Is it fat motherfucker or obese? I can't remember. I average 100 hours a week in the West Texas oil fields as a safety supervisor. Jesus Christ, dude. No wonder you're struggling to keep your weight under control. 100 hours a week. Brutal. It has helped me lose weight. It is not an appetite suppressant. It can help fat people suppress cravings, and motivation to be healthier is critical for changing your diet. Love you, brother. Again, this is a great point. It's something people really don't seem to grasp. If you have more energy, everything becomes easier. It's like turning on easy mode for life. A few years ago, before I was taking AG1, my health was trash. I was struggling to get through the day, had afternoon fatigue. The last thing I wanted to do was either use my brain or move my body. Didn't have the energy. Now, my biggest struggle every day is figuring out ways to use that energy. I'm exercising way more, doing a lot more with my friends and family, and of course, my work output has increased substantially. And you can fact check me. Check out the average length of my videos I was posting to YouTube 3 years ago. Need I say more? And one final testimonial. Love this one. Okay, here's the deal for me with this AG1 shit. I'm 41 years old and not the type to eat, drink, smoke, or sleep healthy, so I was skeptical. That being said, here's what I experienced. Day 1, meh. Day 2, afternoon fatigue was about 45 minutes late. Day 3, 0 afternoon fatigue. Day 4, 0 afternoon fatigue plus extra energy. Day 5, again, 0 afternoon fatigue plus energy, wondering, what the fuck, really? See, this is the thing, right? The results for many people are just almost too good to be true. This is the same experience I had. My afternoon fatigue just vanished out of nowhere. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Why am I not tired in the afternoons anymore? Surely, it's not that AG1 shit, is it? Turns out it was. Day 6 and 7, same thing. Day 8, same thing. Plus, I had the want to get things done around the house that I normally would slack off and not get done. Again, the point, extra energy, you'll need to use it, you'll find ways to use it. Day 9, 10, and 11, and today is day 12. I fucking love it. So however you managed to get me to buy it, I'm so glad you did. Thank you so much, SMR. It really changed me so far. Guys, this shit really works. Just try it. By the way, this is the reason I continue to relentlessly promote AG1. A lot of people get real fucking mad in the comments. Oh my God, Snake Oil Salmon's sold out. Oh my God, he's a scammer. This is fraud. But constantly, I'm pretty sure everyone making these comments is also currently short Tesla stock. I'm not particularly concerned about people having a negative perception, those folks suffering from small brain syndrome, still living in my bum's basement syndrome, etc., writing mean comments, claiming AG1's a scam or it doesn't work. I mean, bro, when I get feedback like this is what keeps me going. Just try this stuff for a month, and if you don't get these results, get your money back. See, it's a literal no-brainer. It's an IQ test at this point in time. Testimonial after testimonial after testimonial like this. Get your money back if it doesn't work. Just try it for a month, and if it doesn't work, get your money back. Today's the day. It's finally time. Be like this guy who was a massive skeptic, but finally, after 1,000 promotions in a row, caved in, tried AG1, and has results like this. Head to drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link at the pinned comment, and please, let me know how you're feeling in a few weeks' time. Now, if you'll excuse me, time to put my extra energy to good use. I'll be recording some more exclusive content for Patreon and my Twitter subscribers. So click the links at the pinned comment. See you over on Twitter and or Patreon, and don't forget to grab your AG1. Love ya.